Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Karex and we are going to be continuing this starter build and trying to kind of flesh out, I don't know, is this series also going to be like a one tile city something something something? I don't know. It seems like we're going to be kind of trying to maybe fill out this square in some way or another. Actually, it looks like this would sort of and let's just kind of keep going to town. But what we actually do need to do, and I'm kind of getting distracted already, but what we do need to do is work on the commercial area. And to be honest, I feel like this would be a commercial area, but I'm just not quite seeing it. And maybe that's because this infrastructure right here needs to be moved and removed, which it could be, eventually, especially once we get the advanced wind turbines, we'll be able to get rid of all this and push it out into the water section and stuff. Actually, it looks like we could actually put, what is this? Oh, that's an 8. Huh. We could actually start putting these out on this island, which actually would probably look kind of nice. Because it looks like this would be a nice little point for a commercial area and stuff. I think we're just going to have to pretend that area is not, um, we'll just have to work on that. We'll just kind of go around it and work on that later, add that later. Maybe a nice unique building there would look pretty good or something. But I'm kind of thinking, okay, let's have a road. That's a little bit windy, kind of in a bad way. Because again, it's like, okay, well, what about this down here? And sometimes I think if you're going to be doing curves and stuff, you want them to be big curves. Big curves. This little outward and then inward doesn't look as good as if it was just kind of like a little bit straighter through here, a little bit more of a singular light curve. But when it looks wavy, it kind of looks goofy, I think. At least that's kind of something that I feel like I've noticed, but let's go at like 10 here. In fact, we could be very geometric here, and I know like we're just doing a lot of like road work, but I don't know, do we just go straight at this point? I'm not sure. Of course, we ran out of money. Oh, let's go up to speed 3. Let's make sure we're making the money. So, unfortunately, we do need some money here. I'm kind of wondering, we have taxes at 12%. We could lower the water a little bit, maybe make, I don't know. I mean, let's try to pinch. Let's go down to like 75. Save a couple hundred per week. Still be making, I think, what is ultimately going to be plenty of water pumping capacities at 70,000 cubic meters. So yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We do have actually we have an industrial issue almost more than we have a commercial issue. So let's bring this up. Now what we're kind of trying to do is fix both by having this road kind of doing this thing. But let's look at this industrial section. Man, it looks like that kind of needs to just go like a couple units more. What is a 10-10 going to look like here? I think we need to go 5 more. And then we could do like a 10-10. It should sort of curve that natural forested area kind of perfectly. In fact, actually, another 10 look like 5-5. No, I think we just go straight here. Kind of just going with the, literally just going with the flow, just doing some curved road work, just kind of geometric shapes and things. That'd be kind of, what we might need to do is we might need to kind of do something here that's going to get us, yeah, kind of more parallel with the existing main road that we've already built. But if we wanted a road to go up and over both of these, then it would need to kind of like, we probably want these to be even closer together. Whoops, we needed that, didn't we? Let's go out another 5 then, maybe, and then do the 10-10. But I think that doesn't, yeah, that right there looks a little goofy, admittedly. But let's go up to something here, and let's just, I don't know, let's just spitball. Let's make the road I think it's mostly perpendicular with this section, but it's hard to say. And then we'll just kind of bring it down maybe in an 8 unit. I mean, the truth is we could probably move it to kind of lower that even a little bit. I think the more we lower that, the better this is probably going to look. Maybe going under would have also been better. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's going to be interesting to think. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. No, I think I understand how this might ultimately kind of all connect. Right? Like if this came up through, maybe it went out 12, and then I don't know. Do we freestyle? That's going to be a little gutsy. What would this look like if we just hard connected this right here, right now? It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good, actually. I like that. And obviously we'll want some connections here, but we have some nice looking curves, right? We come in with some of these connection points. Wait a second. What are we doing over here? Holy cow. We're getting some stuff done. This is looking nice. That's looking really nice. I mean, yes, there's nothing that's exact here. There's nothing that's a definitive grid, but there is like a good look to this. This right here is probably one of the more jarring aspects, is that this is like a perfect curve, and this is a little bit more just kind of an ease. Excuse me? What's this all about? There we go. Okay, we'll just give that a little bit of a pop. But that's going to be a nice little commercial area. What we could do, or sorry, industrial area. What we could do too is we could try to kind of go in with stuff like this to kind of that actually does go under. That fills the space, not gonna lie, that fills the space, but we're getting some really sort of different angles going on here, which is making it kind of cluttered, but I think we might be able to sell this. I think we might be able to sell this. But I think it's going to be important that this ultimately does connect in. Honestly, maybe this goes out straight here. Something like that. Why not? Why not? So we do need to make sure that we have piping and everything back here, which we probably don't at the moment. Let's leave that blank. That could be like services or something eventually. Let's fill all this in because we have demand for it all. We aren't going to have power out here either, so we need to think about getting that out here. We do not have a lot of money. Whoops. I kind of built those pipes in a goofy way that's going to leave us with a thin little bit. I'm gonna redo that. Salvage a little bit, because otherwise we're just wasting all of our money on that one last pipe row that we have to do. There we go. So that'll take care of that. We do need to get this sort of connected into there, however. And with the industry, there we go. That pops. That should be giving us power spread. Good. If we wanted to do commercial now, I think honestly we're probably just going to dump a bunch of it down on the water here, and then kind of keep working. Just keep working this area. But I think that's going to be good to start. That's at least going to get this demand down. It's going to get the residential demand up. We have a large area that we could use residential. We do need more power. What I'm going to do right now before things go haywire is probably just bring everything up to like 125%, which is only going to give us 12.5% of a sort of an increase in production. Production is slightly above consumption right now, so we're looking good there. We are looking good there. I'm really liking this actually, and you can kind of imagine how this would keep going, right? You can imagine how, do we have money to show this off? Actually, does this go straight for a bit and then, no, I don't, maybe just like a little bit, maybe like 10 units. Here, I don't even know if it does. No, I don't think it does. I don't think it does at all. I think it curves immediately. And I think, you know what, we're freestyling. This does look like it needs to hook harder. But you can kind of imagine, comes in here, swoops around, gets kind of thinned out there. Maybe we do sort of bring this through a little bit more and connect down like that or something. That could be kind of an interesting way to cap that off. We still have lots of commercial demand. What we could do is we were talking about putting commercial out here too. So we could just keep kind of filling this space. I don't know if we wanted to do that or not. It's a little bit kind of a goofy zoning area. We were kind of almost pseudo saving this area, it seems like, for commercial as well, but I think it just makes sense with the way the roads are going and everything. I think it just makes more sense to have this all be residential. Again, making sure the blocks, right, the commercial areas are like concentrated, making sure the residential areas, I mean, commercial can be sort of dolloped around, but residential areas are usually, when you have residential, it's in a big neighborhood or something, right? Usually a big neighborhood or something. Somehow we just got a big influx of cash. What happened? We're making more money. Making a lot more money. Don't have access to these yet. These are going to be at 2,000 pop. We're coming up on that fast. Coming up on that fast. That'll be great. Let's bring this back down. Well, that doesn't really cost us much. Lots of industry demand. Well, we have room for industry now. Hooray. I don't know if we actually want to zone this segment or not. Nor am I sure if we want to zone underneath this, basically underneath this bridge here. What the heck? Let's just go nuts with it. It's the worst that could happen. Did we ever get fire down? Did we ever get police? We did get police. We have health. We'll need to add more. We have fire. We'll need to add more. We have police. Again, we'll probably want to add another one. And we're about 20 people away from getting the next milestone and getting death care online. I think over here, if we do need more residential space, this will be an obvious place to do. It kind of almost makes sense to actually have, try to set up some sort of connection, maybe an under. I think actually the connection from here, and it would probably be more like over in this section, but we could do like an under the freeway, right? We can just sort of coast under it. It looks like that would be perfect. So we did end up hitting that next milestone. We do need death care. So this could be used to kind of fill a larger area that maybe looks kind of awkward for being a larger area. That'll make everybody nice and happy. Everybody wants to live next to the cemetery, apparently. We do have this now, which... Okay. We could start transitioning over to these power stations. It'd be kind of neat if we could get everything sort of connected here. I mean, we might be able to clean up the power lines a bit. I mean, that's... We also have parks and things, and parks can be used to kind of like hop the power around. Yeah, really, we're going to need a power line from there to there no matter what. And then if we can, I doubt we're going to be able to, we'll need a power line from here to here. So I think if we kind of have this connected like this, we won't need this route. And we won't need, you can see we're not going to really need all of this either. We don't need most of this anymore. Enough snapping, get this just kind of where we need it. That won't interrupt any zoning now, which is nice. Why is this redundant right now even? Not until we get this in, right? We need this in. I'm gonna keep speed 3 going. This isn't gonna look good, but again, power lines are kind of a temporary nuisance. Eventually we'll be able to do things to, you know, to remove these or hide these or make these look a lot better. So let's get that connection there. And I think with that, we can actually get rid of all of this, if I'm not completely mistaken. I'll just see if everything explodes here in a second. But this is connected to here, this is connected to here, this is connected to here, and this is connected to there. So it's all, it looks like we're all connected up. And we're looking good. We're looking good. It would kind of make sense actually if this was a little, this could be like a little 3-point roundabout or something. This is probably going to be very busy in here. But I like that we're still getting a lot of cars this way and we're getting a lot of cars this way. We're kind of doing a good distribution right there. This is definitely looking like a kind of an overall rather busy area. Looks like demands are low. That means things are filling in the spaces that we have, right? We have dedicated industry zoning down. We have plenty of residential zoning down. Things are getting done. Bought that abandoned building, I guess, for whatever reason that person wasn't happy with the situation. We have 60,000. We're making some good money. We could start adding some additional like health clinics and things like that. We could also give them education. This could be really good. Education's not too expensive on a per weekly expense. It's kind of expensive getting these things down in the first place though. I think having this more centralized would make a lot of sense. The high school. And let's get some parks. So yeah, we're just burning all our money, but hopefully it'll, hopefully there's a benefit to that. A basketball court at the school, that makes sense to me. The regular small playgrounds, a playground next to the cemetery, why not? That fits in there quite nicely. Playground next to the medical clinic, sure. It is complaining about sewage though. Okay, so we need to bring up water all the way up to 100%. Now we're really never gonna think about this anymore. Money should be going up. As we put those services down, that's gonna be a lot of weekly cost, yes, but there should be sort of a trade-off in that the houses are going to level up and hopefully we'll be able to make more money via that extra taxes from sort of higher level homes and things. Wow, these are actually cheaper than I thought. Crazy. I thought these were 20,000 a piece, but they're only 12,000 a piece. At this point, everything's just kind of moving along quite well here. And we can kind of start to sort of imagine, I mean, this is, I think, the biggest design-wise, this is the biggest unknown. I mean, it does make sense that this would be a focal point down here. Maybe this would be a focal point in the downtown area as a whole. Maybe this road really should have gone a little bit wider up to kind of make a tighter downtown. I don't really know exactly what's going on down here, but I'm liking the rest of the city. I'm really liking, I think the industry area fits into its spot really nicely. I think the first residential neighborhood looks pretty good. I think as long as we had pathways, which we do have some pathways here, what we can do is we can go through. This is something we wanted to do, right? I'm gonna go to speed 2. I really do prefer playing at slower speeds. I just think it's fun and relaxing. That's just me though. That's just me. Clip the zoning on that segment. Why is the zoning here not looking better? Can we like do like a go in with the upgrade tool and have that refresh? Yeah, we can. Nice. Nice. Just adding those to clip the zoning to make it a little bit cleaner, right? There we go. Now when we add these homes here, should be nice and clean zoning. Which, to be fair, sometimes having a little bit of sloppy zoning looks good too. Sometimes that looks good, because that creates different shaped houses and different assets pop up and things like that. And it fills the space in different ways, and it kind of just all looks kind of more naturally filled in. But here I think we're going to want something a bit cleaner than what it was. Basically, it was giving us a bunch of 2s, right? Now that we've got this, we're getting 4 deep. So hopefully that'll fill up and look good. That right there actually didn't take out that much industry demand, to be honest. I think I would like another fire station over here. That might make some of these people slightly happy, but not much. They're really going to want their own fire station over here. And these guys are probably going to want their own, these guys are probably going to want their own police. Not enough something, not enough customers. Well, things happen, dude. Things happen. We're working on that. We're growing the population. That should fix itself over time. Still lots of area here, right? Lots of area to kind of fill in. But I think things are looking good. Things are looking good here. We could definitely continue to add more parks. These are not that expensive. Some of them are more expensive than others. This is one of the, I think, the, more affordable of the parks. And I'm not really too worried about the way these look. I'm kind of just dumping them down, and I think that's okay. Really not getting much of, putting in like a Park Life Park or something, finding a place for a Park Life Park would do wonders for kind of overall, boosting the overall land value in this area a little bit more than what we're doing on our own there. Actually, it looks like we just have an area that doesn't quite have piping yet. A little bit inefficient there, but there you go. Let's actually kind of just go through and... Oh, we're out of money. That's right, because we just put down that police station. All right, guys, I think that's good for this episode. I think we'll do one more. I think the goal is going to be let's do one more. Let's try to fill in... We need money is what we need, right? We need some money. And probably get this going out here, and we're definitely not going to be able to fill the tile, but at least we can start to think, I mean, this might end up being residential as well, and this could be the downtown here. We need to kind of get a grid, not a grid, but like, like a road network through here that's going to look really good, that's going to make this highlight, that's going to also maintain the traffic flow and stuff that we have going here. So maybe it kind of comes up, maybe actually this is the shape we work off of. Maybe this is a good shape to work off of and stuff. But either way, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to another episode. I will see you guys in the next one.